Hi y'all, welcome to today's video. Welcome to my channel. Hi, I'm FASHFAB. You can call me Fash. This is Sally. Y'all, it's Shady Friday with the Beauty Ninjas, and it's my week. If you want to know what colors I chose and what look I come up with, you better keep watching. On this channel, we create beauty one palette at a time. Grab your brushes, grab your palettes. Let's get into it. I'm using just a bunch of palettes, like a different array of palettes. And this week is my week, and I chose neon orange, black, and silver. And I gave them the option that if they didn't have silver, they could use white. If they wanted to use silver and white, they could do that too. So let's get into this look. I'm super excited. So I'm gonna start with bases, and I have two white bases and a black base. The reason why I want to use bases is because these neon colors, especially neon eyeshadows, are known to stain. And I don't want to be walking around for the next 3 days with orange eyelids. Just, you know, throwing that out there. What I'm going to do is I wouldn't say this is a cut crease, but I mean, you can call it a cut crease if you want to, but I wouldn't say it's a cut crease. I am going to take this white base, and I kind of want to just stay on this inner part of the eye, and I'm just kind of smudging and spreading. And the thing about eye bases as well, not only does it, you know, stop the pigment, you know, per se from bleeding, but, you know, like protect your eye, you know, from the pigment bleeding, but it also keeps the eyeshadow in place. But the base of it also helps make it pop. The color of the eyeshadow pop. That is super helpful when, you know, you can get the full effect of the eyeshadow. So I'm going pretty far in to this inner corner with this base. When I look straight ahead, my pupil is right here, so I'm staying in line with my pupil, if not going just a tad bit over. And I'm not really making sure that this is a straight line per se, because, you know, I'm going in with the black next. The hard part, though, I will tell you, is trying to get all this even. And I'm just going to let this sit and get tacky. I don't know if I'm going to go in with a black base. I'm just going to see what this does by itself. Okay, so I'm going to go in with this neon orange. Hold on to your butts, kids. And I am just going to take this right over this white. And I'm not worried about blending, because basically what I'm doing is, since the eye base is tacky, I am setting the eye base with the actual eyeshadow. So I'm blending this line up here, because you don't want that harsh line of that white to be visible. So I'm blending this up here more than I am on this inner corner, because I can fix the inner corner later. And this might look patchy or super thick at this point, but don't let that bother you, because we're going to go over the top of it with some shimmer. I'm going to go on the other side of this with a silver. So I'm going to tap this silver in. Wowzers. So I'm buffing and tapping into this orange with the silver. That silver, y'all, I mean, this is the silver out of the Crow palette from Wicked Widow. The orange is out of the Zombified Palette by JOLIE Beauty. So, like I said, when I have a random array of palettes, I meant it. Because when you do an eye look, sometimes you want a certain color that's in your head. Now I'm going to go into the black out of the Crow, and I am taking this on this outer corner, and I'm going to tap this in. My goal is to bring this all the way up, because hopefully I can fade this black out enough that I can go into the crease with this. So I'm going to pull this silver into this black. Now up here, this is where I want to pull this black over the top of everything. So I'm blending all of this together, and I'm being super light because I'm pulling the black in to make the crease. So this is going to be blended up here, but it's not going to be blended here, and I'll show you why. So on this side, we're going to go into this black, and we're going to pull it. So I start light-handed out here, and then I go in just a little bit harder, press harder on the brush to make the crease. It's super hard to get this the same, y'all. And what I'm doing when I take my brush down is I'm using my Sigma switch, which is this thing, because I have my Sigma switch down here, and I'm rubbing my brush across my switch so I'm not getting too much on all at once. I love my Sigma switch. Love, love, love it. Most people, you know, have a towel or something on their lap. I used to. Now I just have my Sigma switch on my lap. I'm going to take this black, and I am going to take this. I'm just going to wrap my eye with it, I think. I think that would be best, just to finish off this outer corner. Because I can clean all this up. That's not the problem. Okay, I'm going to go back into that silver, and I'm going to take that silver over this orange, over this edge. I'm going to bring this silver in just a tad bit more. Okay, I'm going to go into Strawberry Moon Palette by ENSLEY Rain, and I'm going to pick up this poppy shade, and this poppy shade is what I am taking all over the top of this orange. And hopefully you're going to see, like, you're going to see the matte bleed through this poppy shade. The shade's called Poppy. And I'm going to feather this into this silver. That's why I wasn't worried about the line. Okay, so I'm going to tap this in on this side. And today I didn't use an eye primer. No, because then things get cakey. If you use like a primer and then an eye base, things get cakey. At least they do on my eyes. They might not on, you know, non-hooded eyes like other people's eyes, but it does on my eyes. And my skin, you know, I am 47 years old, so there's that. I'm going to go into the white out of the Zombie palette. Oops. I got some in my brow. And this is a matte white. So again, I'm going to go up under the and just blend this in. I'm going to go back into this silver. And I'm going to take this down the center of the lower lash line. Now I'm going to go back into the ENSLEY Rain Poppy shade. And I'm just going to wrap inner corner. Okay. Let me finish the look. Let me finish the eyes. Hold on to your butt. Okay, y'all. Here's the finished look. What do you think? Very creative. I know. Very out there. But what would you expect? Especially from me. Anywhoosies, on my cheeks, I used Blend Bunny Juicy Cheeks Face Palette, and I used this orange. On my lips, I used Sunburst in the center by Melt, and then I used Void by Unearthly on the outer corner, and then I used a black liner and silver eyeliner. My silver eyeliner is also by Melt. And this is in the shade Okay Boomer. So yeah, that's what's on my face. I like this, but not only is this out there in this kind of lighting. So this is what this makeup looks like in the black light. Okay, y'all, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of the look. I am curious to know. Anywho, like, subscribe, share, click that notification bell down there. It should let you know next time I upload. I hope you guys are having an awesome, amazing day. Go outside, go for a walk, go get some exercise. It's good for your brain, good for your health, and
you should really go watch the other ladies. The link is down below. Have a good day.
Sally and I will see you in our next video. Toodles!